Here with Clinton Hurtt, defensive line coach and recruiting coordinator here at University of Louisville. Did a little something different in the Cincinnati game, starting with that nickel package.
Yeah, had to get a little bit more speed and athleticism out on the field. Something we can still, use our pressure. We can still use our pressure package, but ability to rush it down for, and not always have to go to a 3-down look.
Naturally, you can't talk on specific players, but last time I checked, we're number 27 in recruiting for 2011. How do you feel the recruiting has been so far since you've been here at Louisville, coming to a new location?
I think everything has gone well. It's still early in the process. We have a long way to go till signing day. Coach Strong has gave us an excellent plan for what he wants us all to do, and obviously we all follow suit with that. So things are going well. But we're still out recruiting heavily, and things are going pretty well.
Okay. So overall, the defense was a point of concern at the beginning of the season. Naturally, we still have some work to go. Where do you feel like we're at right now, Clinton?
If you would have seen where we were at in spring practice and then coming into the fall, and we've made strides as each week and each game has passed. But for our standards and how competitive we are, we're nowhere near close to where we want to be. We're tired of the pat on the backs. Saying that we've improved so much, we've done this and we've done that. It's, we don't want to hear that. We tell that to the kids all the time. They got to continue to make the progress to get better. We're still giving up too many yards rushing the game. We're generating some pressure on the quarterback, but for me, I don't want it to be a situation where we got to blitz to generate pressure. We got to be able to generate pressure with a 4-man rush, point blank. So when we get to that point, we can control the flow of the game. Then those are the necessary steps we got to take in the upcoming weeks.
Do you anticipate maybe the fans seeing some more of that 3-man front with that nickel in there? Weeks to come, possibly? Y'all been mixing it up so much, we never know where you're going to come from week to week.
We've been doing some different things, and the kids have done a great job taking in the information and learning it, and that way we can have some diversity to what we do. And it makes it difficult for people to prepare for us. You may see a lot of different things out of us. We're multifaceted, so Coach Bedford, he does an unbelievable job. He's outstanding, and I think we'll definitely keep the looks going.
Last Tuesday after practice, when we was walking out, you was saying something about getting Greg Scruggs to step up. Well, it looks like he did last game out of that nickel package out of the end spot. How you feel that he did last game out of the new lineup?
First half, he played very well. It was his best half of football in the year. Second half, he kind of tailed off a little bit. And I told him that's a reflection of our team. We have to play a 60-minute game of football, and understand that you got to be consistent. You got to compete the whole way through. You can't have the lulls, because that's when you allow people to get back in the game. When you have people down, you got to put your foot on your throat and you got to press, point blank. You can't ease up. You can't let people get back in the game. So I told him, with his performance, said there's some positives, but he's still not anywhere close where I expect him to be. I don't think anybody has a vision of what I see in that kid, so I just expect a lot more, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
That drive in the third quarter in the Cincinnati game, they had an offensive drive, burn up a lot of clock. How taxing was that on us as far as that long drive that they had in the third quarter?
Long drives, they're not in our favor, but they're part of football. Sometimes there's going to be some situations where you got to, offense can sustain some drives, and it happens for various reasons. You just try to limit those, but the thing about it is, we got to definitely, on our part as a defense, we got to eliminate that for the fact that we're not very deep. We don't have a lot of depth. It's not like when I was at the University of Miami and I was 12 deep on the D-line. I could just roll them out in the bushes, in the bunches. So, and we'll get to that point sometime in the future, but, we got to be able to maintain and stay fresh. And then when people have long drives, it makes it difficult to do that.
Any of these young guys that come in been catching your eye for the future?
I'm excited about a lot of these kids. Then they have bright futures ahead of them, but again, you got to learn ball. And the one thing that's a little difficult right now is a lot of them are being put in situations where they have to play a lot earlier than what you'd like for them to. But Brandon Dunn, B.J. Butler, Deion Rogers, Marcus Smith, Preston Brown, these guys have really come along and done some positive things, and they're getting better each and every day. And that's all you can ask. But the thing is, they're still 17, 18-year-old kids, so they're full-time teenagers and part-time football players. So you got to fight that part a lot. So
last time I checked, UConn we're actually a 10-point favorite on UConn. What do you do to keep the kids grounded and just say, hey, we still got to go to work at this game no matter what the spread is.
Let me tell you something. The one thing I don't struggle with is being brutally honest. So they hear a lot from me. So I tell them I really don't pay attention to point spreads. That's good for the people in Vegas. I just know that, right now we're giving up about 160 yards or somewhere around there a game, and their tailback is actually leading the country in yards per game more than our own running back, who we know is pretty damn special. So I just tell them, you can feel good all you want. They run their ball up your butt on Saturday. We got a major issue, and I tell them all the time, they're a big physical offensive line. I told them, I said, we're not as physical yet as what I think we should be and where we need to be. So I said, right now, if I had to bet my money, I'm betting on UConn is what I tell them.
One more question. How's your family like it here in Louisville? Have you liked the transition from Miami to Louisville so far?
I love it. I'm going to tell you something. I absolutely love it here. And I have a lot of friends and people I consider family that still live in Miami, and they worried about me in the transition. They're like, man, I ask the question, what made you do it? Why did you want to do it? How do you like it? And I tell them all the time, I absolutely love it. My wife loves it. So do my kids. And it's kind of funny. My kids come with my wife over to work to come see me. And as soon as my wife sees the Cardinal head, she just starts yelling, Daddy, 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 and all that. So she goes crazy for it, and they enjoy it. I'm happy to be back in the cold weather. I'm originally a New Yorker. So I'm happy to see the seasons change, and it's been great. Got a great staff, great young guys on the team. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much. Clinton Hurtt.